Mr. Chenda.
Why, Odisha?
Mudiche. Long time, man.
Yeah, indeed. Have you
Good
been?
to see you, man.
Same, man.
But that is a portion of manja, so.
So, I mean, it's
Yeah. Vangakulaseka temo aboma nika. I hope you have your mask as well.
I have it.
Yeah. Nice one. Good to see you, man.
Same, man.
It's been forever, man.
How have you been?
I've been great. Yeah, so I decided I wanted to have like a fellow radio presenter on it. I like to have like a balance, content. Instead of just concentrating on just artists. So far, I've had a couple of artists, and I had TK on the second episode. Just to come and talk about some important things from a producer's point of view.
Yeah,
and when I was thinking of bringing a radio DJ, obviously your name was like on the top 5 because I think you had one of the biggest impact. I think there's, in my opinion, I don't think there's any artist from say 2003 to about 2010 that never went through Master LT.
Yeah,
I think you had one of the biggest.
Take it back to about 2002, I think, because even before One FM started, we're doing I was a radio presenter at Unza Radio.
Oh, you were at Unza before you went to Horn?
Yeah, I was at Unza. So when a Chameleon was setting up,
there
was that studio. I don't know if it's in a Charlie or there was that studio. I mean, when Len was involved in music, I don't know. If
I remember.
Yeah,
it's Sling Beats actually.
Sling Beats, yes. Yeah. So when they were starting up, we were doing most of their promotion at Unza Radio because they couldn't get too much airplay on the public media because Zambia music was not that much in fashion then. So I remember doing a lot of projects for Sling Beats and when LV, Chameleon, so I started from that.
Oh, okay. So Leonard used to contact you. And nice.
I used to do a program with him on Radio.
What program was it?
Forgotten what I used to call it. But we used to do a lot of Sling Beats music on that particular show, So it's 2002.
So at the time, did you think that Zambia music, because of course at the time Zambia music was starting to jump up because before then there was JK, JK had done pretty well. Nasty D was already doing pretty well.
Yes.
Who else was there before the Chameleons? Danny,
yes. Yeah, Danny, pretty much those names. Even some of the guys that came through the Rhythm Nation project. Some guys,
the Kumawa,
the Kumawas and all that. Because some that died down after that project, and then some, I think, their careers started booming from there. So we worked with those.
Nice.
And Leo Muntu, Black Muntu then. Yeah,
that's interesting. And just moving away from that, then you moved to Horn FM. I think significantly, you became like a household name when you finally moved to Horn FM. Then you started to do that. What do you used to call your show again? Z Experience.
Z Experience. Yes.
So you started Z Experience in 2003?
2003, yes. End of 2003. That's when I started Z.
You resigned from radio when? Or was that 2 years ago? 3?
2 years ago.
At about the same time when I resigned.
2017 December.
Oh no, I resigned in 2018.
Oh, actually 2018 December.
Oh, so it was about the same time?
Yeah, about the same time.
So,
I think I remember you told me you were also quitting radio.
So you did it for 15 years?
For 15 years, yeah.
My goodness. One show.
Exactly.
And I know you've had so many experiences, you know what I'm saying? Like you've
had
so many, so many experiences with that show. And I tell you this as a fact, Z Experience was the go-to show for Zambian music. Like I remember when I started music production, every Saturday morning, like when you release like a big record.
Yeah, true.
Saturday morning, it used at 6 or 7 o'clock.
6 to 9.
Yeah, but the actual show.
The actual show would from 7 up to 9.
Yeah, so I remember we'd wake up at Saturday.
I'll play Kalindula from 6 up to 7, and from 7 up to 9.
Yeah,
you'd start the countdown.
Yeah, I remember waking up. We'd wake up at 7 o'clock, just to listen to see if one of your artist songs is gonna make it in the top 5. Yeah. And when you make it like on number 1, and it was a big thing. I remember everybody used to lock on to that show.
Yeah, true.
And when you make it to number 1 on that show, then It was my opinion. I think it was the biggest. If there's any bigger show than that, somebody needs to remind me. I can't think of any bigger show than that in terms of Zambian music.
Yeah.
You know, and I know we've had so many experiences. You know, I want us to go stage by stage before we get to when you started to do those long read shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
What kind of experiences? You know, I know we've had some experiences together, but you know, going forward, what kind of experiences did you have?
Well, for radio for me has really been a very good journey for me. I've enjoyed my time on radio. You know, the time that I was, I wouldn't say I regret, but I've turned down good jobs because of just being on radio. Because I knew that if I took up certain jobs, some jobs required me to be out, to, you know, maybe to go out of town. You know, you'd turn down after I finished my college. I'll turn down, you know.
You were evening on.
Yeah, I was evening on. So when I finished my college, all my friends were going out in the corporate world, getting good jobs. I was like, okay, let me stick around with radio. So I think I've really had a good experience. So one or two regrets here and there.
You wish you should have gone corporate earlier.
Yeah, but then I think my love for radio stopped me from doing
Listen,
that.
it's never too late, you know. But you've had success, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you've had it. In my opinion, it was not in vain.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It was never in vain, unless if, say, for example, things didn't work out the way they're supposed to work out. The
goodness with me is that, you know, for lack of a better term, I think I did pretty much well than most of my colleagues because
in terms of making money.
Yes, I knew how I could turn my involvement in radio to something that will bring me money.
Beneficial. Okay. Yeah.
But then again, at the same time, you start creating enemies within your own radio station. Because now, hey, this person is making money, this. Why are we not making the same amount of money? So instead of people coming to ask for advice to say, how can we work together? They want to block your moves. You know what I mean? They want to block your moves. You know, here's a situation where, yes, you've done, like for me, I'm a marketer by profession. You know, I'll go out there, get clients to do radio shows. Your own, you know, you've used your own efforts to get these clients, and then you have maybe 2 or 3 shows that are sponsored, and then somebody comes and says, why is he having so many sponsored shows? Why can't we share them amongst our the other presenters?
But in your opinion, because you went and got them.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So those are some of the challenges that you would find.
It's true. You know, for radio, and I'll say this, you know, we never really made money getting paid. Let's be honest. You know, I don't think there's... I might be wrong about now, but my experience on radio for like 14, 15 years, you know, the take home is not something that you would even proudly say, listen, this is how much I get paid from a radio station, and you know what I'm saying? So what helped all of us was how we use that to our advantage.
Exactly.
You just being on radio is gold. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have that popularity, and you can make other moves that can help you, you know, get to like for me, for example, when I started radio, the first thing that I did was I used to MC a lot. I know you that's how I basically made my money to kind of open up my
because
studio.
I remember you after you started radio. I think you would host a lot of shows.
I used to do all the miss, you know, and I started doing some
shows.
corporate shows as well.
How is it doing it? Like some of us, you know, we didn't even realize that there was also this other part that you could get in.
But I used to envy you because you were smart. You know, at the time, I remember when you started to do these shows at Long Reach, you know, I don't know how you pulled it off. Like, you would get like 20 people on a banner and they would all come and perform.
And all come and
you
perform.
know, the rough keys, the slap
you know
keys, and this is when they were
not to boast, but I think I'm one of the few DJs that have had the support of all
the artists
in the industry.
I'm another one. I think
the only one that never came was Danny. Not because he didn't want, but at that time he had stopped doing playback. And he said, boss, I'm sorry, I cannot come because I don't do playback. But everybody else has come.
I know.
The ones that were happening at that particular time. Everybody has come to Long Reach Junction.
Now that you have, how do you convince them though? I mean, because I don't know if you were able to listen. You were having a show that people are paying. How much was that? Like 10 kwacha, 20 kwacha.
Initially it was 10 kwacha, 10,000 kwacha. Then before it was rebased, then it went to 15 kwacha,
then went to
15,000, then 20.
Yeah.
At some point we did 30. The last one I think I did 30.
And people still came.
People came.
Okay, so I mean, if you're doing like 20 kwacha, and you have got you're headlining 15 big artists. How are you managing to pay all these artists? How do you pull it off, basically? Like,
some were getting paid, others were not getting paid. So, people are getting paid.
Yeah,
you know.
No, but that wasn't fair.
No, not really. Because to say the truth, if I was going to say I'm going to pay everyone, I was not going to manage. So for some, it would be a trade-off. You know.
What was the most that you ever paid an artist?
2,500.
Oh, that was reasonable. And I think I can tell who got that kind of money.
I bet you know.
Of course. I think everybody. I think even people watching this already know who I'm talking about.
I bet you know.
Yeah.
Because the support that he used to give me was huge. So he was worth that.
You want to talk about him?
Yeah.
Hey, who?
Slap.
Yeah, I know. It definitely has to be Slap D.
Slap,
you know?
yeah. Slap.
Slap has always had major move. You know, Slap D is one of the few people that he became a businessman before anybody else.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he knew the value of money when he knew that, you know what, people are now following me, people are paying attention to me.
Yeah.
You know, he knew like, you know what, it's time to start making money.
Making money.
He started making those.
That's what differentiated him from everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I knew he was probably one of the very few that, you know, would walk away. Like, even when I did my own shows and, you know, invited everybody, obviously you would do like a barter system, but you know, some people would just say, yeah, I'm gonna come, but you know, you need to keep this amount for me. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You have to.
Yeah, but I really did receive a lot of support from these guys. I was not paying the amount that you know they would charge. They would charge any other person. But it's a situation where it was really a win-win situation, because even those that came for free,
exposed them.
Sometimes when you have somebody coming to you to say they want to have a show, can you recommend an artist? You go back to the same guys that you used to say, oh, okay, there's this deal.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You connect them.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, every time that you have a show, everybody's willing to support.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that also kind of worked out for you because you really gave a lot of people platform.
Yeah.
You know, and I know some people actually just went because they felt that was a platform to expose themselves, because that's when the Zambian music industry was growing.
Exactly.
And if you had that opportunity to be on that stage, you know, you have a chance of a lot of people watching you and knowing what your music is all about.
Exactly.
So that worked out for you, but and I know that worked very well for you. Like,
it did.
I know you made a lot of money.
Artists had to just come without you paying them anything. MC.O, you know, like for example, MC.O, you know, B1.
Yeah.
B1, all the shows that he did for me, I never paid him anything. Wow.
No, because you were one of the first people that ever played B1's music. I remember you used to play the Chipute.
Exactly.
You know, so
exactly. And I remember, you know, the first time I played B1 song, the Chipute one, and everyone was asking, "Nkanyimbo why chose it?" Now Konda maningi ma promo, and I think this is a very good song. You know,
so people didn't know.
Yeah, people didn't know. It was the same with Boyd Wines.
Yeah.
When I was playing it on radio, like,
it's like, what is this?
What is this?
Yeah. I had to go
3 months down the line, the song was a hit.
I had to DJ on a promo. You know, the issue of getting money, you know, underneath the table.
Yeah, true.
That was crazy.
That was crazy, man.
Anyway, I know we've moved so far away. I want to take it back to where it all started. I remember meeting you in 2003.
Yeah, that was 2003.
I think you're already on radio. I remember I was trying to get on radio. So I remember, you know, I'd done too many tours. I'd been everywhere because that's the time when I wanted to be on radio. Because I remember then I used to work at a pharmacy and we used to stay in the same neighborhood with Boogie C. Rest in peace. So he used to come and jump on the bus at the pharmacy I used to work. So I'd always see Boogie C come, jump on the bus, and you know. So I had that envy, like, you know what, there's something I really want to do. I want to get on radio, and I had like my little radio. He would go, then, you know, an hour later, Boogie, see, you know what I'm saying? It was very exciting, and I always wanted to be on radio. So I started to try and do auditions. I went to QFM. I was turned down, you know. Then I went to where else did I go? I went to a couple of stations, and I remember I went to Choice FM. No, before I went to Choice FM, before I did the audition at Choice FM, I remember coming. I remember speaking to you. I think I must have gotten your number on radio. Then we spoke. I said, "Yeah, come through."
I told you to come through.
Yeah,
we met.
So I came through. Then we did a show together. Yeah, I remember we did a show together. I remember, putting my information together.
Friday.
It was on a Friday.
Friday at the show on Friday. In the afternoons. Yeah.
Man, that's 17 years ago.
Exactly.
That's 17. Is it?
No, it's exactly.
It's 17.
17 years.
It's 17 years ago, my brother.
2003.
Yeah. Wow. And a lot of people don't even know that. A lot of people don't even know that. But I was supposed to start working. Then I got the call from Choice FM. Tivo called me and said, "Listen, there's a gig for you here. You can come start work." And and I remember I was super excited. And that's how my journey on radio started. Then we became friends because I started to make music. And we started to bring the music to you, and I remember you played Alpha's songs a lot.
Yeah.
At the time when Alpha was at
Alpha
his
was easy to promote because most of the songs that you did, especially the singles, most of them would go on and hit the charts. Yeah. Not only on Horn FM, but
everywhere. Yeah.
So
he had a very, very good run.
Yeah.
He had a very, very good run.
I think he's one of the most underrated artists. It's supposed to be about those big names.
Of course, we had him. We had him here. I had him actually on the last conversation. There was me, Alpha, and I was going through the comment section, and it's true. Personally, I think people are only gonna really understand or give Alpha gratitude when maybe it's normal, like when they sit down and realize like what he's done for the industry.
I don't have the exact numbers, but in terms of my show, the time I was running my show, one of the artists with the highest number of hits on the show
was Alpha
Romeo.
Wow.
Only behind Slap and
Market 2.
There's Danny as well way back, but Alpha should be among the top 5 in terms of the numbers of songs that were on the chart. And remember, my chart was only about 5 songs. Yeah, it was not top 10. It was just big
5 songs.
And for you to make it on the big 5,
it was really crazy.
Yeah, it was.
I remember it was. It was the most difficult show to get. Like, it was a pride for everybody. Like, it was pride just to say, "Oh, my song is on." Master LT's top 5, you know what I'm saying? Yes. Like, just to get on that top 5. I think the artists that probably even watching now will think like, that was the biggest reference in terms of, before Shosta came. And Shosta, is it Shosta that came to take over the show?
Yeah, Shosta took over the show.
Yeah, Shosta did it for a couple of years, but, you pioneered it. And, I'm telling you right now, that show was Zambia's number one.
Number one, sure,
I know you had...
I even got the Post. The time the Post were running entertainment.
Yeah.
Called me and said, "No, we want to be running your show in our paper."
Are you for real?
Able to be provide us with the weekly chat. I was like, "Oh, okay. So this
is big."
Yeah.
Oh, so you started providing?
Yeah. I would
send the top 5.
The top 5, and then they would publish them in the weekly entertainment Post.
So you say you made a lot of money on that show, right?
Yeah, he did.
What kind of money do you think you made? Just to inspire the young generation, because I'll tell you what, I feel like
normally most monies would be made when you have the gig. So I would have the gig like 4 times a year, 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Because it was the first quarter, the media bash, and then the anniversary bash.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so I would have 3 gigs.
But apart from that, you also made money other ways.
Yeah, I did.
Which other ways did you have? Like
advertising, endorsements, like.
Yeah, I remember you used to do that. Have that sign print,
sign shop.
Yeah,
I did establish a lot of business relations.
This guy was a businessman. I like business-minded people that you go ahead and do business, because I think a lot of new generation, be it musicians or DJs, are not really business-minded. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people get excited just
making the name.
Exactly, just get on a platform and you know what I'm saying. But there's more to this industry than just getting excited. And this is the conversation I was having with TK. You see people like, even with Charlie, I would like to have Charlie on this platform.
Yeah.
I mean, Charlie was telling me that he's not really making music like that because, listen, you're not at the point where you're excited. He's got a catalog, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's easier for a young, hungry person to be
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Because
True.
you're hungry and all you need is just a name. And you know, these big artists will just look for anybody that is young and is hungry to provide, and they'll give you a platform. You know,
true.
I know so many big artists that have given a younger generation platform and they've never paid them for anything. And, you know, because for you it's like, I'm coming up and I need a name for myself, so you know, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to elevate myself. So that could help them learn something going forward.
Yeah, very cool.
Cool. So I know there's been drama, you know, there's always drama in this industry. What would you say was like your biggest drama? I mean, I've never...
Well, you know, the thing is that as much as I made friends, I also did make some...
You made a lot of enemies, actually.
I made a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I've shared this with you, but the time that I was inviting you on my show, there were some people that did not like the fact that I was having you on the show because...
The first time when you had me on the show?
Yeah, apparently they were saying you were sounding like... you wanted to sound like Tivo.
Yeah, I remember. I used to get that a lot.
Yeah, you wanted to sound like Tivo.
I used to
Tivo
get
wannabe. We don't want him here. I'm like, guys...
I used to get that a lot.
I think this guy has it. And look at you now.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes you go back and say, look,
Yeah.
I knew that there was something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I know that for the fact, you know.
And then when the shows, you know, sometimes the biggest issue sometimes was when it comes to money. Okay. Sometimes you ask an artist to say, okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna manage this. The show runs. Person looks at the crowds and things. Okay, this guy's made a lot of money. He's not supposed to give me these amounts, you know. And then I've had run-ins with Peterson, about with Barrett Archer. I've had run-ins with TP,
so what?
TP and that guy.
TP has had
that guy who did Chipper. What's it?
Cray J.
Cray J.
Yeah.
Because Cray J went as far as having, you know, talking to a post reporter and saying me, I don't pay artists, I get them for free. He didn't understand exactly how we were doing things. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I even saw the story run.
Did you still play his music?
No, I did not. I did not.
Just be honest.
We were friends now. And then there was other time because when we were doing the end of year, the top 50, I had a category called the most disappointing.
Yeah, I remember.
So people would call him.
And Raf Kid always used to top that list.
Raf Kid, yeah.
And General Kane.
General Kane.
Who else?
The first one was JK. I think what happened was, you know, like when you said, because you're your own competition. You know what I mean? So people never used to understand how people like JK would be voted as the most disappointing, because there's maybe a certain standard that people have put you on, and then that year maybe you've done songs and nothing is working out, and you know they vote you as the most disappointing. So that story ran in the paper. JK was not happy. I think that's where our relationship, our working relationship, just ended.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So that was serious.
It was a big screaming headline in Times of Zambia.
Are you kidding me?
JK voted most disappointing artist. I saw
was that experience? Oh my
then
God.
Cannon at some point thought when he was voted, apparently was looking for me. He wanted to beat me up. Yeah. So I almost wanted to stop it, but then people say, no, just go ahead. Just do it. You know what I mean?
So you used to get threats?
Yeah, true that.
Oh my goodness. I knew that. I knew there was always going to be drama.
Yeah.
So that's the only drama that you experienced in that period of time?
Yeah, about such. But we've had a few, you know, here and there, people didn't, especially, you know, you'd have a lot of problems, especially after you have the show, the backlash from the show, you know, some artists would not have performed, others, you know, promise that will show up, you advertise them, and then they don't show up, and people are not happy, so, you know, you have all those. Yeah.
Do you have any fond memories with, you know, any one of these people? I mean, you and I have been in the industry at about the same. You well, maybe me more because I started off as a rapper. You might not know that. Yeah. You know, before I got on radio, you know, we had this group, you know, so we started like in 98, 99. So I met a lot of these people in the industry, like sometime in, like I met Exile in 99, Shimasta. Red Linso like in 2000 from Cypher Music.
Yeah.
You know, so I come pretty far, you know, so I know a lot of people. So do you have any fond memories of any one of these people? I mean, me and you personally, I don't remember you and I ever having any misunderstanding. Did we ever have any misunderstanding?
Not really, because not really, but I think
If
at
there was,
some
I can't
point,
remember. Yeah, what happened?
I think you didn't like the fact that there was a time that because most of the time,
Yeah.
I would engage you to bring the
artist
to the show.
Yeah, I remember.
So this other time, I think you came with Judy and some other guys.
Yeah.
And then you were leaving for, I think you were rushing somewhere.
Yeah.
So Judy had to perform early, and then we had not made the monies yet.
She was supposed to leave.
Yeah, she was supposed to leave. So
Then you didn't pay her.
The amount I gave her was just too
little.
It wasn't much. It wasn't much, and then you guys started complaining and
No, it wasn't. I don't think I complained.
You were there, but you couldn't.
What did I say? I don't remember.
I don't remember exactly what was said, but you guys were not happy with the amount that I'd given Judy. But I was trying to explain to them, no, we've not made money yet. We've not made money. The money is yet. So if you guys we're going to wait. I think you were actually Copper Belt. I don't remember where, but
I think so.
So that is the only time that maybe, just maybe, we could have
had a bit of a friction.
Yeah.
I think it was the time me, B-Flow, PJ, and Judy and Alpha we had a show on the Copper Belt. So I think we're banking to have a bit of some money that we could use to travel back there. But yeah, like I said, you know, I personally don't remember. I don't remember that incident. You know, it's not something that I remember on top of it. I mean, I've had differences with other people, like really, really, you know, bad experiences, and I've had some really, really good experiences, you know, in the industry with some DJs also, you know, and some was pretty bad, but everything is behind us, you know.
True. I had to deal with my radio station. Yeah. In that, I mean, they'll give me free advertising, but then people realized, oh, this guy's
making a lot of money. So you need to remit some money
now
there.
They said, no, everybody should partake into the show. It became a bit difficult for me I actually even had to postpone the next show because now everybody wanted to jump in. People did not know exactly what it involved for you to really run that show.
It's a lot of things.
We're looking at the money aspect of it.
It's a lot of things.
It's a lot of things.
You know,
we'd wake up at midnight. We'd not even sleep. Midnight, you're busy putting posters, banners. Braji, you know Braji?
Yeah.
He will tell you what.
Yeah, you actually put Braji in the system, huh?
Yes, I did. Braji
is doing good with his comedy now.
Exactly.
With his people.
He's one of my best prodigies, I should say. I'm proud of it. You know, I made the show a success, but then now we'll say, okay, now this show is big. We need to
rotate it.
It
doesn't make sense. So how do you respond to that?
Well, I let things just die down. It's died down for some time. Then eventually, somebody comes and tells me, "No, you're not." The show, the ratings of the show have gone down. I was like, whether they've gone down, they've come up. I made the show what it is. You know, any other presenters, if you had given me another different hours, 3 hours elsewhere, I would have still made something big out of those 3 hours. So why don't people on the station also do that to their shows? But then, well, eventually they did manage to succeed. But lucky enough, I mean, my friend was on put as a presenter, so it was
Showstar
for me. That's the time.
So that's how Showstar came.
That's how Showstar came.
I think Showstar.
I was not ready to leave the show then, but I was just forced out.
Oh, so you were forced out of your show?
I was forced out of the show.
I had no idea. I thought you just passed it on to Showstar.
No, I was forced out of the show, but lucky enough, Showstar was happening then, so it was easy for them to say, okay, Showstar will take over. But
that's what happened?
Yeah, I was forced out of the show. And
goodness.
I felt a bit betrayed because when I was told the ratings, whatever was being used to say the ratings have gone down, I don't understand. I said, okay, fine, okay, let me run it up to the end of the year, and then from there, maybe I do a proper handover. When the decision was made, I was not told. Showstar is the one who told me to say, dude, I'm told I should come and present your show tomorrow. So I was like, how? It's a Friday, and I'm preparing for the show, and then I'm told, Showstar calls me and says he's been told to come and do the show. I was like, how? how are decisions made like that? So,
and that's how it ran.
And that's how.
And Shosta came and started doing the show. I honestly thought it was just a smooth transition. You decided, you know what, I've done this show for too long.
Pushed out.
Wow. But Shosta didn't do a bad job either.
He did a very good job.
You know, and
he did a very good job.
I'm hoping to have him on this show also to come and tell his stories. That would be very interesting. A bit of controversial guy. You've never,
like, people are always what like that's Shosta. So you just have to leave.
It's entertainment. Trust me. Listen, I've had that conversation with him. They say there's no bad publicity in the entertainment business. You know, whatever that you can use, you know, to spread your information, because for some people it's a strategy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a strategy to do whatever it takes to gain like a huge following. Once you get your following, now you're saying, you know what, I have my following now, so you know, I can now start to do normal things or whatever, because I already, and you know, people in Zambia have got a very short memory lifespan. You know what I'm saying? They forget easily. You get into a scandal right now and it's be the hottest topic. Just give them 2-3 months and you know they don't remember nothing. Well, of course they'll still be remembering here and there, but you know,
something will come.
There's always a scandal. There's always a scandal that comes up and makes attention. I'm gonna ask, you know, from the period that you started your career to now, who are your top 3 Zambian artists, you know, in regards to, say, how good the music has been, how consistent they've been, and just their personality?
In terms of how good the music has been, my top 3 artists would be Danny, Afunika, and B1. I would put Slap D there, but then...
What's that?
I've been a fan, but not as compared to the other 3 that I've mentioned.
You've mentioned interesting guys.
And most of the time, you know, like when there's a Slap D hit, especially when there was that beef between Mark Drew, you know, you would have people accusing you of being biased in the show. So
I remember those.
I started encouraging people to say, okay, fine, my votes are live. People are calling in live on radio, and I'm reading the SMSs live on radio. So start counting as well out there if you think I'm biased. You know what I mean?
So people started counting with you.
Yeah.
You had the most difficult job, my brother.
Difficult. Because there was a time Danny did an album. There was a time Danny did an album and then 4 of his songs were on the top 5.
Yeah, I remember that time. I mean, Danny was hot.
You know, when his album comes out, you know, there's so many songs that people have to like, and everybody's voting for a different song. It was different with these other artists because you find that maybe one song is a hit. For Danny, when the album is out,
it's the whole album.
Exactly. So he kind of even did a song accusing
him
of being biased.
I remember that song.
I've never, and I want to say now, I've never tampered with the votes. I've never put an artist because I want to put them.
You never put an artist that didn't deserve to be there.
I never did that. I never did that. The people that I was with, Charlie, there's a guy called Killa Beats, Shosta himself, Brad G, Isaac Munda as well. They would attest to that.
That it was all genuine.
It was all genuine.
Nice one. Hey man, listen, thanks for stopping by. You know, I hope we could have gone on, and you know, because there's so much.
I'd like to say
about.
Thanks to the shout for the shout out
on the diary.
No, you know I love that song. I'll forever love that song.
You know, I should have put a shout out for you in.
I wonder
in the
why
earlier.
It took you so long.
I have no idea. I think it's one of those where you're overwhelmed, and then I realize that, you know what, this guy is a legend. You know, me and you have had like history. We've come a long way. Your contribution, you know, just to my music. You're one of the first people that really pushed Judy, Alpha.
Exactly.
You know, and for me it counted because you continuously blasted our music, and I felt it was going to be a bit disrespectful if I didn't acknowledge you. You know what I'm saying? You know.
You know that I'm actually the first person that took Judy to a music studio.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Before she joined you.
Yeah.
She was. I took her to Silent. Next time I hear she's with you, and there's
Even if.
Yeah. And it was all over the place. I was like, oh, okay. When did you move to KB studio?
Yeah.
She told me the story. No, but Silent was the
Silent Teresa.
Yes.
I had no idea. I think I need to ask Silent Teresa because he's never even talked about it.
You should.
Okay, my guy. It's good to have you again. I hope we can meet again, and all the best in your new endeavor.
Thank you very much.
You
stopped radio as well. So what are you up to apart from producing music?
Well, like I said, other businesses, you have to have like other sources of income. I do this and that, but obviously now I have this YouTube channel. I'm doing all this content. I figured, listen, apart from music, there's so many other content that we can bring to our fans.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So apart from the diary conversation, there's other content that I'm trying to work on, but I'm trying to do one at a time. So this one is season 1. We're gonna have about 13 episodes for this one. So this is the 5th episode, right, Mr. Producer?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the 5th episode.
So any temptations to go back into radio?
No. I personally, because listen, I've been on radio for 15 years. That for me, that's a really long time. I personally think I've exhausted everything that I ever.
Yeah, true.
Of course.
I think that's one of the reasons that made me, I think, stop as well, because I was like, maybe I've given everything I used to do.
Yeah.
And then also the line of business that I wanted to go, that I've gone in, involves me traveling.
Traveling all the time.
So it started affecting my show, because this week you're around, next week you're not, and then, so.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I mean, I enjoyed radio. I probably still will enjoy radio, but you get to it. It's like football. Everything that we do has got a lifespan. I know somebody's gonna say, "Oh, but look at DJ Live." Is it DJ Fresh?
Fresh, yes.
DJ Fresh. DJ Fresh is still on radio, right?
Yeah, he is. I think it's a radio station.
Yeah, DJ Fresh has been on radio since the 90s. So that should put him on radio for more than 20 years.
Sure.
I know some people that like DJ Live is on 5FM. DJ Live has been on radio, I think, 20 years now. Yeah. So it really depends. So for me, to be honest, I'm at a point where I feel like I have done it all. There's no excitement anymore. If I ever went back to radio, it would be for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, I'm paid very well. No, that's the truth.
Yeah, true.
If I go back on radio, then if you hear me on radio, then know that I'm
getting a lot
it's
of money.
worth my time. I'm there because I'm getting very good money. I'm getting money that I should feel like, you know what?
Exactly.
It might not be colossal amount of money, but it should be money that I should feel like, okay, you know what? This is worth it. Okay? But obviously, motivation, I've always been motivated, but I need to get paid, for my time, because it's a creative industry. I know how much money the owners are making, and how much money they're milking from companies.
I don't understand why presenters are still getting peanuts up to this day and age.
Well,
but then the thing is that there are some people that are getting their money's worth.
Listen, it's like football.
Yes, exactly.
It's like football. It's like Messi.
Exactly.
What Messi will negotiate is not what Rashford is going to negotiate.
Too many radio stations. Can't keep up.
No, you can't keep up. Our time we only had, remember when we were on radio, there was just Choice FM, QFM, Horn FM, Phoenix.
Unza.
Yeah, Unza, Phoenix, and Radio 4.
And Radio 4, yes. And Radio 2 and Radio 1.
Yeah. No, but commercial. Okay, so
the commercial ones, yes.
So let's remove ZMBC, and so the commercial ones would have been Phoenix, Q, Choice that was close. So let's forget Choice for now. So Q, Phoenix, Horn FM, and Unza.
And Unza, yes.
Those are the only 4 radio stations at the time. So it was easy to keep up. You're right.
Yeah, I think Sunny.
But Sunny was not that popular, because it was on the other side. So so I think I should bring, one of the radio owners to come and listen. They must have their own reasons and like I said, there must be a reason why. We're not going to say the amount, but you as a radio DJ or radio presenter should use that platform to kind of go ahead and make money.
Yeah,
and
true.
Like you said, there are people that are most likely making more money. I've negotiated. I know a friend of mine that I think made good money. I think Chi, well, I don't know. I'm not too sure, but I think Chi made good money on radio. And he also kind of used that platform to do other things. Like he was into media. I don't know what he did exactly, but outside radio, he also did very good. He opened his own consulting media.
Yes.
Does he still have it?
I'm not sure about that. I should think it's still running.
You're also another product that did very well for yourself. I know DJs that went on radio, stayed for more than 10 years, I've got nothing to show for it, and for me that's disappointing.
Basically my foundation right now is from radio. I built a house.
You built a house from radio?
Yeah, I did. It's not complete yet, but
guys, take notes. Take notes
from radio, from radio, and that's the reason why sometimes I really don't regret having turned down some jobs, because I think I had the passion for radio.
Listen, Master LT, God gives us different talents. I remember when I was starting radio and everybody would laugh at me. Oh, DJ, Shanshan, you know, your friends are getting white collar jobs and whatnot.
Exactly.
And I remember telling my uncle, I said, you know what, I'm gonna make it. You're gonna be proud of me one day, you know, because you understand and know what you want to do. You know,
exactly.
It's an industry that needs to be respected. You know, people don't understand that. You need to respect it, and only you can make it happen. You're the one who's going to come in and say, you know what, I'm going to make the difference. I'm going to find ways to make money. I'm a brand. So if you're a brand, you need to know how strong your brand is. And that's how some of the most successful people have been successful, because they understood their brand. You know, when you understand your brand, you understand what you stand for, nobody's going to take advantage of you. You know, I can tell you, between me and you, I haven't emceed for a show, I think in maybe 7-8 years. Because I think it got to a point where, you know, these people will come to you and say, KB, we have a show, this is the amount that we have. And I say, listen, I am going to be the host of that event. Yes, an artist will draw attention. You're going to pay the artist, you're going to pay artists 10 times more than you paying me. And the artist is probably going to be on stage for like 20-30 minutes. I am going to run the show for like 4-5 hours back to back. And you want to give me peanuts, you know? Got to a point where I started to say, you know what, it's fine. You know, like, you want to pay me that? Okay, whoever that you want to get for what I think I'm bringing to the table, you should pay me this.
You know what you're worth.
You know, I was saying figures at the time when nobody would dare say figures like that. When they say that figures, like, are you mad? Do you think I'm going to pay you that amount? You know, I'm asking for figures close to what you're paying for the artist. You know what I'm saying? I say, yeah, you have to pay me that.
Well, which one is your biggest MCing gig?
Biggest MCing gig? Come to think of it now. You know what? I did so many gigs, I need to think about it. But I think my biggest paycheck for a single MCing gig was 12,000 kwacha. Yes.
That's a lot of money.
It was a lot of money. But my average, I'll be honest with you, my average charge was like 5,000 kwacha. You know, like to MC for like 2-3, you know, 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yes.
That's me being honest. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll take that. But I stopped taking 2.5s because, you know, when I started, that's how much they offer. They offer you 1.5, they offer you 2.5.
Yeah.
And when it's 2.5, I say, I mean, if I'm really broke and I'm desperate, I'll take it.
Sadly, you know, your team is not winning the league yet.
No, we're going to win
because of Corona.
No, we're going to win it.
Hope they can just, you know, just...
No, they're not going to scrap it off.
Just cancel it.
I mean, the latest I got was they're not going to go to the next season until this season is done.
It's done.
Yeah, so it's
you got something coming up?
Yeah, but because of the Corona, everything is on hold. But listen, when this is done, there'll be a lot of entertainment.
So my Man U victory parties. Man U have, you know, ran me out of business. I used to make good money as well from that gig. You know,
but come and join us for the Liverpool.
Yeah, I will come.
Yeah,
I will
definitely.
Come. Yeah,
Chenda, thanks a lot.
It's been a pleasure, man.
Stay easy, man.
Same.
All right, cool.
Yeah.